So I'm actually very confused with the name, relegend. Like, what does that actually mean in the title itself?
Okay, actually, for the game, why we call it relegend is because it's like reborn of a legend. So before relegend, we actually have a concept of the game, but sadly, we couldn't deliver the game, so we have to shelve the game. But it's something that we always wanted to do. So we bring that concept over to Relegend, and we rename the project to Relegend. So it's a reborn of a legend, which is like a reborn of the baby that we wanted to do.
It also sounds like it's a reborn of a particular genre that's been around
Yeah.
since the 2000 era, like with your Ragnarok Onlines back then
Yep.
and your Maple Stories. It feels like Relegend is like a comeback to those RPGs. And based on the reception so far, especially from us and especially from people who love RPGs, it seems very positive. But maybe you could actually share it into light. Like, has it been really good on your side? Could it be better?
For Relegend, we launched it on the 30th of August 2019, and we had a pretty rough launch, to be honest, because there were technical issues when we launched the game, and it was delayed for a few hours. And we were actually quite nervous and worried about the launch. But eventually, our fans all around the world was really, happy to wait, and we launched it on the same day. But of course, when we launched the game, there were some bugs that make people felt frustrated. But at the same time, something that made us felt happy was the concept of the game was well received. So people who encountered a lot of bugs in the game will still support the game because they can see that when the game is out of early access, it might be something that's gonna be fun to play.
In a way, like, if they see an early access word there, it's like people will be a little bit more forgiving. Is that what you're saying?
Yes and no. Yes, as in those who followed us from Kickstarter, they will understand that it's an early access and they will still support the game. But no, as in there's a lot of games that's very polished, but they were still in early access. So people will thought that early access might be polished as well. So it's a yes and no on that question. But no matter what, we are planning to do a lot of bug fixes and stuff. So from day one of the launch on at 30th of August, we already had so many patches on that month alone. So it's more than 20 patches on that month. So we literally had one patch per day. Yeah, so we are fixing as many things as we could. So it started with not so good response, but we were happy that the game went to a global rank 1 for a while. So it was a very huge motivation to the team, and from there we really worked hard to fix as many things as we could. So coming up, we'll have a lot of different content patches and also bug fix and overhaul of some features that we thought that some back-end work needs to be redo, and we're on all those kind of things. And hopefully in the near future, we're able to come up with a very solid build that is going to be fun, and it's more direct to experience the game loop. Yeah.
Maybe you want to go into detail about what kind of updates or what kind of new creatures or new Magnuses
Okay.
might be coming up for your title. Like, maybe just give a bit of a skin, like a little tease. Like, and then when is it going to come out? Like, is it going to be like end of this year or next year?
I mean, I would say before the year ends, we'll have a really big patch and a rework of a lot of core features in the game to change the experience that players are experiencing. So I would say that it's coming up real soon, and we're almost there to do our internal QAs and to make sure that the game is really stable before we release it to the public. Although it's still in early access, but we have learned that we still need to make sure that the game is polished as possible before we launch it to the public. So for now, the first thing we do is to make sure that the game is as stable as possible. And the second thing is going to be implementation of new cool features that I doesn't want to give out too much, but it's going to be a lot of new contents coming up real soon.
Right. So when do you think the game will be out of early access?
That's a good question. In early access, from the rules and regulation, it says that no longer than 1 year, 12 months. So we are quite confident that we will definitely take less than 1 year to be, to be end of the early access and hit 1.0. But that's just hope. Yeah, nothing goes wrong, then we'll be able to, go accordingly to plan. Hopefully. Because as you know, now we're working on multiple consoles like PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Like on Level Up KL this year, this is the first place where we are showcasing the PS4 version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the other versions, your Xbox One and the Switch version, they're coming out around the same time, like next year or so?
We will try for that. That will always be our aim, to have all consoles, ready on time. But yeah, plans are plans.
Do you even have time to maybe check out what's been going on in 2019 gaming? Because we'd like to ask you, DC, about your favorite gaming thing of 2019, apart from your game being released.
Okay. I mean, recently we saw that Diablo 4 is really a hot thing, and everyone is talking about Diablo 4 and looking at all the gameplays, and really can't wait to play that game. But for me personally, I spend a lot of time. When I'm free, I'll play Dauntless, because I love this kind of monster hunting games, and Dauntless has given me a good feeling, a good user experience in terms of hunting monsters, and also for a simulation lover. I think I either go casual games or hardcore. So either action games like Dauntless or peaceful, chill games like Planet Zoo.
Right, Planet Zoo. I heard that just came out a few days ago, actually.
Yep. And I'm day one for me. Yeah, I pre-purchased the game, so it was awesome.
So it's obviously your love of, creating digital creatures in Magnus that made you like... No, sorry, Relegend. Oh my god.
Magnus.
Okay, one more time. So it's obviously your love of creatures or creating a creature sim that made you make Relegend of your team. So what is it about Planet Zoo that actually got to you? Is it like, did you like animals back in the day? Were you like a big zoo fan back then?
I mean, we played almost every Zoo Tycoon games out there. Zoo Safari, Zoo Tycoons, Zoo Tycoon 1, 2, 3, or Marine Tycoon, and so many other things. Because since when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a vet. Yeah, and we love animals, and I used to have snakes as pets as well. But my parents said that no, maybe it's not the right way to do. So that's why I stopped the dream of being a vet and pursue other things. But deep inside, I always wanted to own some animals and really understand more. So whenever I go to the zoo, I will spend a lot of time, or when I visit a country, the first thing in my bucket list is always the zoo. Yeah, so I just want to see, is there anything new, or how are they treating the animals and stuff like that. So for Planet Zoo, it's something really special that it's easy to pick up, but at the same time, it's very deep. There are so many things that you need to take care of, and when they need vet, you need to make sure that the vet are there on time, and they have different kind of disease, and you need to make sure that all the needs are met. So we learn a lot of things from simulation games and RPG games that we then use them to create our own ideas, like the Relegend. Yeah.